Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champ Academy live in the house tonight. We got the man. What's going on, Mr. Aaron Leslie? What's going on, Mr. Lee Hickle?
All good.
That's good, brother. That's good, man. We're gonna have a great show tonight, man. Last week's was a barn burner, and tonight we're gonna have another good one tonight. So we got Mr. Ira Green with Flying G Barbecue in the house. Man, he has been absolutely ripping. Had a great year last year, a great year this year. We're going to find out all about it. And, man, I'm really excited.
Quit doing caps.
Yeah. We ain't worried about that. Yeah. All right, we got Chance. Thank you for being here tonight. And Chance Chase, we got him with us. Good evening, fellas. Aaron had another big weekend. We got Mr. Gordon on here tonight. Appreciate you being with us, Gordon, as always. Look like y'all
Mike,
did a little.
So going back to Aaron, so he was this close and being a grand champion or what?
Almost. That close.
Almost about that much.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. He's been turning.
You know, sometimes you ain't first, you last, but it's okay, man.
Malcolm Reed has some good seasonings.
He might. We ought to check him. You ought to check him out, Lee. Maybe it'll help you out someday. About you, but I'm still out there. I haven't seen you anywhere anytime. I think you just disappeared. But
he did.
I'm scared.
He just kind of floated off. So got Mr. John with us. Got Mr. Matt with us. Yeah, man, it's going to be a good one. Aaron's been Aaron's been on the roll. He's finally gotten some things figured out a little bit for this year, and
he just takes the time.
He's been tweaking some stuff. So let's see. Really liked your signs from last week's shows. That's it. You've definitely got it going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Robbie, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you with us tonight. Appreciate you being with us. We got Mark Pugh in the back. Mark's usually on the show. Now he's at Lee Hickle's house. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother?
So, Mike.
So there you go. So there we got it. So
now I can see.
Emmeline
I borrowed Mark's reading glasses. Sorry,
there
guys.
you go. All right, Emmeline talked about she liked your signs that you threw up last week. That was a really heated up show we had last week. That's for sure. So anyway, it's been good, man. It's been good. Aaron, where'd you cook at this weekend, brother?
We drove over to Driftwood.
Okay.
About Dripping Springs, Buda, Kyle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they had like 38 teams there for IBCA.
Okay.
And,
did you go to Salt Lake and get brisket?
Yeah. No, I just couldn't seem to get my foot off the pedal when I passed that place.
No, I don't blame you. Just keep on going. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I had me a hotel room over in Kyle. It was about a 25-minute drive, so.
There you go.
I got over there, got back.
Congrats on your RGC on that cook-off. That's a tough cook-off.
Yeah.
I managed to get all 4 calls under fourth or better, so that's a pretty good day.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Here in a minute, when our guest comes on, our guest brought like a 50-foot cargo trailer with an 80-foot truck, golf cart, 15 grills, everything else, and he did pretty good. So he brought the entire house. So we'll give him a hell about this cook-off.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Or just that Jambo that who did?
Ira Green, baby. He brought all
Ira
that.
wasn't at Driftwood. He wasn't at Driftwood.
No. A couple years ago he was.
Oh, now Ira's got that Jambo. Ira has that Jambo I sold him. He's been kicking ass at Jambo since he got that sucker.
All right.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure.
We'll pick his brain here in a minute about that 80-foot rig he brought there.
80-foot rig.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. It was.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's over there laughing about it too. If anybody can drive that 80-foot rig, it's him. That's for dang sure.
Well, he's a professional semi driver.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably has a motorhome toter. He has a toter with a full 70-foot motorhome and a barbecue pit behind it.
And a barbecue pit behind it. Yeah. A 30-foot trailer behind that. So.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Only one that's got a rig's 100-foot long that doesn't mind driving. It can turn it on any neighborhood street.
That's Ira Green from Seguin, baby. That's him.
It. Oh, Sam, we appreciate you being here. Michael, we appreciate you joining us tonight. So, oh my goodness gracious alive. And man, a shout out to the Pit Father. I mean, Eddie Morales had a pretty good one. He was just slightly ahead of Aaron Leslie. So, and it was
he
pretty.
Got that chicken call, and I got my chicken call. I was like, I might have a little Eddie today.
Yeah,
I'd have it,
Yeah,
just wasn't enough. But we never landed on the same table, which was really cool because we never landed on the same table. When I checked the tables out, he was always on a different table, which is not usual, but it was nice to see that. It meant 2 good boxes made it through the funnel. That makes sense.
Yeah, different tables and got all the way through. That's pretty good. Right. So had some relatively even scoring for that to happen. Russell, we appreciate you being here. Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, I think Eddie had made a post, if I had read, that was his first cook-off that he ever did. And he went back, I think it was in 2017, he said, and he goes back, 8 years later, and he won it. So I know that had to make him feel pretty good.
Well, and it's good. The Rooster Juice launched on Thursday, so that was good. Finally got it out. And,
okay.
So
yeah. Let me hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's on the shelf. Yeah, whatever.
No, that's
fake news. It's just fake news. Let me check one more time. Let's see. Zesty garlic, trickle.
I'll have a lady take care of it tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, where did you get the packaging from? Where did you get the color scheme from for that?
We designed that 2 years ago. This is how long that package has been in motion now for 2 years and 2 months, I think.
Wow. I hadn't seen it.
It does stand out. It stands out.
The only reason why it took so long is because they messed up on the bags twice. And then they forgot about me, and then people left and people moved in. It was a rough time. Charcoal was going on at the same time. The charcoal bass came out wrong. I had a bad year for bags in 24.
Is it going to be in a bag, or are you going to be back in your bottles?
No, it's in a 1 pound bag. As a matter of fact, here in a second, if you'll clue me out, I'll go grab a bag and I'll show you.
Well, what's the deal?
It looks like the Teletubby logo.
So how come you didn't put it in bottles like these?
Because I tell you, there's something. We all went to bottles a few years back because it saves space on the shelves for all of our vendors and stores, right?
Yeah.
The problem is every cap that's a quarter cup, right? So that cap right there is a quarter cup,
right?
But there's a gap in the top of that cap, and once that seal is removed, there's a small gap. So humidity is a danger thing to all barbecue injections, and so all you guys know that anything in a jug or a bottle, it gets hard.
Right.
We can't fix that unless you put those silicon dioxide packets in there, little capsules or something like that. Maybe a cracker. I don't know. But still, the bag stays the freshest, and it allows you to seal that moisture out. So I did not want to go back to a bottle, and only because I wanted to make sure, 1, it held a pound, but 2, it stayed fresher. And so eventually I will move all of my injections back to a bag.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Because I don't like the people texting and calling down in Louisiana, South Houston,
it's hard.
Anywhere humid that said, "Hey, Aaron, how do I keep this from hardening up?" Keep it in the freezer, guys. Just keep your injections in the freezer.
Put it in a Ziploc bag.
In a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer, whatever. But it will keep all that moisture out.
I take all these and put them in a Ziploc bag. And the sealing disc that you got on top, I don't think I've ever even opened this, but I always keep this.
Yeah.
People take it and throw it away. I'll leave it. Don't take that off because that actually seals it.
That's that small gap that you can't replace unless
you'll seal it
or foil.
Yeah, you'll seal it if you just keep the full disc on it and then take that and put it in a Ziploc bag. And guess what?
That little cap right there, you want to keep it if you can possibly. Put it in a Ziploc. But what happens is I live in my camper. My camper air conditioner stays on, but what happens is the doors are closed on the cabinets.
Yeah.
The outside wall is hot from the sun, and then it does this, and there's no air going on this side, so this gets hard.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's just the way things happen.
Yeah.
So put them in a freezer, be done with it, fill it in Ziploc, keep it cool.
Ziploc.
So I'll go back to a bag eventually.
Yeah.
It'll be just as detailed as that Rooster Juice, I guarantee you.
How do you take it off without tearing it? Take a sharp knife, get the edge, lift it up, and then take a knife and run around the edge and cut right up underneath that seal, and you can take it off, and you won't never.
If it's really hot, like hot outside, I can't tell you how FedEx, UPS, Post Office, anybody who delivers, what their facilities look like. But if it's hot, when you pull that off like you just did, sometimes that glue doesn't stick around, so therefore it just pops off with the cap.
Right.
But it still was sealed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes you get lucky that way.
Yeah, just take a knife and slip it up underneath that edge and just go right around the top of it. Just real easy, just working the edge of it. And then when you got the disc, you can tighten it up. And then when you get done with it, a Ziploc bag, guys, works great.
Or a small piece of cellophane or a Ziploc bag, just cut a circle, put it over top, screw the lid down, and you're good to go. Just got to keep that moisture in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, crap. Here we go again. I keep
Where'd you
bumping
go,
that.
Steely?
All right, Lee and I got it.
Every time.
That's all right, we got it.
Shit, he came back.
A mason jar works pretty good too, guys.
It does until it breaks.
Yeah, just don't drop it. So,
Right.
you know, and they
That's
got
why you put
plastic.
moonshine in it.
That's right. They got plastic mason jars too. So
Yep.
anyway,
Yeah, they do.
hey, I know that guy. Now let me see. Let me see where he's at. Nope, wrong one. Hold on, wait, Dark. I'll get sup Lee. Let's see. Sup guys. Lee is a great bartender. Hey, Mark, wave guy. Hey Mark, wave in the background.
Right.
Wave,
Hey,
Mark.
Lee,
There he is.
I think he was checking out your butt just now, man.
He probably
I'm pretty
was.
sure that's what I saw, man.
I buy the disc from Uline. Okay, Dirk buys the disc from Uline. That's another thing you can do. You can buy a disc. So if it rips, you can completely clean it off and put one on there. Always tip. Man, there you go. There's the tip of the night. All right, that's all we got, man. Now we're going to have to bring in the guy, the man, the myth, the legend that we all freaking want to be like. I mean, I don't know. Real quick to our sponsors, we're going to get to him. Thanks our partners, Gunnar Wilhelm, David. Please keep him in our prayers. He's battling stage 4 cancer. Our good friends at B&B Charcoal. Yes, tonight's show is going to be smoking hot again because of the B&B. Got Miss Gail with Daigle's barbecue sauces and rubs, and also Raider Red Meats. If you're needing the hookup on Prairie Fresh, be sure to check Kirsten out at Raider Red Meats. She can get anything that you need. All right, I got that out of the way. I always like to at least give our partners a shout out. And want to always bring attention to them and make sure you guys support those because they're huge supporters of our show. Now, the man, the myth, the legend. This is the guy right here, man. Ira, brother. Man, I don't know, man. There's just something about you, dude. I mean, you have been kicking butt and taking names, I know, for a long time. But, man, for the last 2 years, let's see. If I recall, I think we had you and Randall on the show last time. You guys were duking it out to the bitter end last year, and Randall Kendricks just barely nudged you out. This year's another epic battle, and man, you showed up and showed out this year, and you told Randall, enough were you getting it last year. It's my turn this year, and you won the 2025 IBCA Points Champion. Man, let me tell you right now, that's a tough feat. That's a long, grueling year. And man, I saw you win it, and I was like, I got to get him on the show. I mean, he's a great guest. I've always enjoyed having you on here, and man, a great guest, but a great cook, and you deserve the spotlight, brother. And we appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations,
man. Alive. So, yeah, man. Let's start with last year we've kind of went over that. It was an epic battle with you and Randall. This year. Another epic battle with you two, but you just kind of had him slightly nudged the last couple competitions where you didn't have to quite worry about it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I wasn't aware until it was like the second to last cook. My wife brought it to my attention, and she added it up, and she told me, she was like, "You're sitting at number 1." I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Awesome." And so, I was like, so with my number 1 in brisket and chicken and ribs too? No. And that, I was like, what? How did that happen? And she listed it off, and I was like number 2 and 2 and 6. And I was like, well, I take 1. That'll work. The overall, I'm satisfied with that one. And we added, and I asked her, is like, do we have it, or is it going to come down? And she kind of added, and she wasn't 100% sure, but other cooks told me that no, that they already done the math. I hadn't kept up with it, and they said no, you should have it. I think it was the last 2 cooks. I pretty much had it. Even because the way things fall off. So even though I didn't win certain positions, I still had it because it would have had the way I was told. The last cook, he would have had to have 100 all the way, or top score, first place in all 3 categories with at least 300 teams there to get the extra point, to jump me. And that's almost impossible.
Just a few teams, Ira.
Yeah, just a couple. Wow.
And there was no cook-off going on that large.
Rub it in, Ira. It's all good.
So I was excited when I heard that I could, take it easy, but at the same time I wasn't, because I was only sitting at 5 for the jack. So I still had to, run and gun it, and it didn't turn out so well, but, it happens.
Yeah, the quote of all of that now, guys, is this. I didn't even know I was in first place until she told me. Man, I've been over there on the phone every dadgum cook-off, like, where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? I was so cool. He's like, yeah, where am I at, baby? Oh, you're first. Oh, that's good. I think I'll just keep on cooking. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's funny because that reminds me of a story because Lee kept calling me every Sunday morning. How'd you do? I never knew this guy. I didn't know his phone number. I didn't know who he was. And on Sunday morning, I'm driving home. And, hey, man, how'd you do? This is Lee Hickle. I'm like, Lee, what? Why do you keep calling? It's like 6 weekends in a row. Why do you keep calling me? Because, Aaron, you're number one in IBCA. It's like November, December. I had no idea. I mean, the season starts early, so I had no idea that was number one. So he kept calling me. So that's what it kind of sounds like. Hey, the good ones, we don't pay attention to placements. We just pay attention to those checks. Just keep saying those checks.
Exactly. The checks.
That's
yes,
it.
Sir.
That is it. Wow.
Hey, Ira, so last year, you and Randall Kendrick, you guys were battling out to the end, and y'all didn't care if you're going to go to the same cook-off or not. So this year, did y'all kind of like separate a little bit, or y'all still kept on cooking the same cook-off?
We met up in a couple of them, but a lot of them we kind of separated towards the end of the season, I think. I stayed more. This year, they opened up a lot more state championships than last year, so I didn't have to travel as far. And then Miss Alicia got a lot more cooks, and, it's only feasible for them to go to the same cook-off, of course, so if it was too far, I wouldn't go up there if I had one here, because, that's on the way I picked the cook-off, and to this day, I'm still doing it, it's a state championship. I'm picking that over any other one. Right. And then if there's multiple, then I'm going to go down to the payout, then the distance driving. And so those are the steps that I take before I choose where I'm going. And this year, it's just so many of them opened up closer to the house. I didn't have to venture off, towards the Navasota, Houston area.
That's what I say too. State championship. I only cook state championships unless there's nothing available, and I never ask one to get to one.
Yeah.
Hey, so Ira, so Mike still won't do this. So I'll travel to a state championship that pays less than the payout. Would you go to a state that's paid less than one that wasn't, that paid more?
I'm not passing the state championship.
Yes, correct. I'm not. Yeah. Every weekend I'm gonna cook the state championship before any other cook-off, and then again, if there's multiple, then I go to the payout.
Okay. Hold on a minute, because you can't. I mean, I've been here in that dilemma, right? Say you got a cook-off that's paying 30 G's. It's 2 hours further than the state championship paying 5,000. Come on now.
I'm probably going to take the 5,000. That's,
Damn!
It's
30 G's, right?
A bung's a bung.
Yeah, a bung is a bung, and then that's what comes into where I work.
If it was the last month of the season, I would say okay, probably so, right? But say it's in the middle of the season.
Then if I'm off work, I'm driving for the 30.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting there. Not ribbon cutting time, not curtain closing time. We're talking about just cook-offs.
I'm traveling.
So on this note, Ira, so at the end of the day, the end of the season, congratulations, but you had how many RGCs and how many GCs and how many bungs did you have?
Total, I got 6 bungs, which is 6 state championships. I won 6 GCs in state championships. Then, out of chasing them, I ended up with 6 RGCs state championships in a row.
Oh, so my gosh.
I think it was 3. I had 4. I had 4 state championships, and that's when I kind of turned the juice on, like, okay, I can knock out 3. Let me go ahead and start.
Started trying too hard.
Yeah, that was back in like April. And so I fired up, and my wife gave me the go-ahead. So every weekend I pounded out a state championship. 6 in a row, I got nudged out to RGC.
At state championship. 6 RGCs in a row? Oh, my gosh.
And that's qualifiers.
All state qualifiers. And that's what ballooned me to number 1 in the IBCA, because I was sticking to IBCA because, I was in my groove.
Right.
I think I did go to Matthias's CBA and knocked that one out, and that gave me number 5. And that kind of broke the monotonous of it. And then I started up again, and then, I just couldn't hit it again till here at the last end of the season. I picked up 2 more, IBCA and a CBA. And in between there, I went to a Lone Star we had a daddy-daughter's dance. And so when we have it every year in June, and so my daughter likes to go. So what I do, she lets me go cook long as I'm back by 6 o'clock to take her to the dance. So I have to pick a cook-off that's nearby.
Right.
And I think the only state championship was, I want to say, in Hempstead and somewhere far. And so Lockhart, which is 20 minutes from the house, had their annual Chisholm Trail, capping at 50 teams. And it's been getting big. So I said, I'm going to gamble and go there, and cook it, and let's just try it. And so we went, and that too, we GC'd it, but again, there was only 49 teams.
Needed 50.
So I even kind of acted clueless. I told my wife, I'm gonna message Miss Pam Hess and just ask, I knew
she gonna tell you no, man. I've already done that, dude. I've been there, done that.
She said quick. She was like, no, and she explained, they seen that and they were heartbroken. She said, but unfortunately, they're gonna talk about, in the near future of changing something of that aspect, simply because Texas is the only one that really
has to have 50.
Yeah, and that's only
you should have brought your wife, your mother-in-law, somebody to put a pit out there and cook
Friday. Friday we kind of anticipated maybe hitting 50, but they were only like at 43 or 44. Well, then the morning of, I always get there late, so I got my boxes late, and I asked the head judge. And he told me he had 49 down. The promoter said he did have 50. And then another promoter, a helper of the promoter, said he had 53. So we were kind of up. Well, what it was, there was 53 total, but only 49 meat cooks. And the promoters didn't really care, just not care, but they didn't know the lingo, what was going on. And the head judge, he was ecstatic. Everybody was excited because that was the most teams that cook-off had drawn in a couple of years. So I can understand that. But, yeah, afterwards, of course, my dad was like, he would have went down there and fired up a grill. We had, like, a couple of friends that were just doing beans and margaritas. And they wanted to cook, but, they're like, eh. So they showed up. They were there the full weekend, partied, had a camp, had campers. All they did was beans and margaritas. They would have did meats if they would have known. And I even offered to pay for 2 teams when I knew it was only 48. And nobody was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, just leave it alone. We're not going to make it. Well, it turned out we had 49. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was devastating, but we got a buckle out of it, and of course another GC added, but I wish it would have counted. It would have made made a lot of difference. But
when I was telling you in 23 I had 6, and one of mine didn't count. So so I won one at the beginning of the month, but Del Rio, man, 49 teams I GC'd it. I just needed one more team to get number 7, and they're saying, well, Aaron, what is wrong? You just won. I said, you have no idea, man. Your heart just wants to drop sometimes, but you have no idea to get 49. All you need is that one team to show up to be. There was like 10 that didn't show up. I was like, wow. So my auto was gone, Wow.
And that's the way it was. They were anticipating, but we had bad weather blow in, so they moved a lot of teams out into the parking lot, and a couple of teams didn't show up because of the weather. So they would have definitely got over 50. But, it happens. And so I wasn't too worried. We still had roughly, I think I had 5 shells left in the gun. And we tried them, and we only popped one of them. So that, we didn't get that last one. It was rough.
August 15th, 16th in Bunkie, Louisiana, they're all Jack Daniel qualifiers. Come on down to Bunkie. Mike will be there. I'll be there. Smoke Show will be there. They always bring in a crowd. So that's Aaron, you too. So come on down to Bunkie. It's a mini El Campo.
That's the same weekend as Red River, New Mexico, and I'm going where it's 55 at night and 65, 70 in the daytime.
There you go. Okay.
I'm getting too old to cook on a parking lot on an asphalt, man.
Yeah, it will definitely be hot in Bunkie, Louisiana in August. So
I think I'll take the cold 8750 elevation for Bunkie, little humidity, little heat.
Yeah, 100 degrees and 88% humidity. That's what you'll get.
I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I still sharpen a little bit to go that way.
Yeah.
But Bunkie has a lazy river. It's all included, so come on.
That's it.
It's got a stream right behind the trailer where trout fish.
take a tube to turn in.
That's it. Oh gosh.
Exactly,
Oh
yes,
my
sir.
gosh. Well, Ira, man, I'm telling you, you have. That's a heck of a 2
It's
year
that
run.
Jambo, man. I'm telling you, it's that
That's it.
Jambo.
Yeah, Jambo's a pit.
Now, do you cook everything on an offset?
Yes, well, the two meats, the two ribs and chicken
Ribs
and
and
pork
chicken.
when available.
Okay.
Excuse me, ribs and brisket
Brisket.
and pork when available.
Like what?
Okay.
Chicken we cook on a gateway.
You cook on a gateway drum. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever put your brisket on a drum, or do you cook it on the offset
No.
the whole time?
It stays on the offset 100% of the time.
All the time.
You set your sauce on the offset too?
So everything. The only thing I do on the drum is just the chicken itself. That's
Just
it.
the chicken.
No, that's
Okay.
cool.
Just the chicken. And then
Wow.
it cuts off. I really don't know how to cook on a drum other than
Right.
chicken.
Right.
I tried and I failed miserably.
Hey,
when
I
cooked
got a
on
video
drum.
on Barbecue Chance Academy show you how to cook on a drum and offset, man. You can jump right on there, but mine's a 30-inch, not a 28-inch. I mean, don't be offended. It's okay, man. You know, it's a little bit bigger than what you got, but you know.
All right, so Ira, so is the wood you use in the gateway drum the same wood you use in your Jambo, or you do something different?
No, I just use charcoals in the gateway, no wood. Straight charcoal. My chicken's a
What kind of
charcoal.
charcoal?
No, I run the Texas Original.
Texas Original.
I mean, I threw it out there to shit a little bit. I'm just trying to make Ira go, no.
Not even Aaron Leslie or B&B. You choose Machado.
He didn't go for no Texas blend, no nothing, man. We're straight to charcoal.
Actually, I mean, it's I cook what's available. Actually,
Right.
so when Joey's wasn't available for about a couple of weeks, he would when he was restocking. And Aaron's is just obsolete in my area. I didn't even know he still had charcoal till recently at Facebook. Which his is good too. I've used it before, and
This is
again,
different.
I only
This is
use
hardwood, so
right, and that's what I like about it. It's got hardwood in it, and it's derived from hardwood, so it gives a different flavor. Believe it or not,
yeah.
And that's why.
Are you sponsored by Joe Machado? Is he your sponsor?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish he had
Congrats.
wood, but he don't. They use Butler, but I don't get along with Butler wood, so I go back with the one at Academy everybody uses.
Gourmet wood?
Gourmet wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to use the guy off the internet, but he shut his website down, and so he just made it hard to order. And so I just went to. It took me about maybe 4 or 5 cooks to get the cook down using gourmet, but now I'm a gourmet wood person.
All right. So Ira, so the people watching tonight. So on your gateway drum, you run Texas Original. In your Jambo, you run what?
Texas Original lump coal to start it, and then I run sticks after it starts. After the first probably hour, it's solid sticks.
Like gourmet sticks?
You use the
gourmet mini logs.
Yeah.
And I start with pecan, merge into oak, and then by the time ribs it, throw a little hickory in there, and then go back to oak. And then
it sounds like he needs to run some Texas blend, little old fashioned lump charcoal if he wants to. I'm just pitching it out there. You just went through like the whole chain of what I got, but it's okay. Man, it's okay.
Okay, so you start with pecan, then you go to oak, then you go to hickory, and then you go back to oak once you kind of get everything done and wrapped.
Right, and then finish off with pecan setting glazes.
Pecan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, pecan.
It seems to work for me.
Yeah.
It's mild heat, mild flavor,
Right.
If you hit, I've tried them both. If you hit the glaze with a strong oak, one, it's burning hotter, and then it's a strong smoke flavor to it. Pecan is real subtle, and then it gives a little sweet, touch to it.
Yeah. So you just put a stick on, maybe like 30 minutes before you're setting your sauce, just to kind of let the smoke die down a little bit.
Yes, sir. Exactly. I want it clear. I don't want no smoke coming out when I'm setting the sauce, but you can still taste the pecan.
You can taste it. Yeah.
Sir.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Man, I love.
That's why I like pellets, because you can take a couple bags of pellets and just grab a few handfuls on the offset and toss them in the fire
there, right?
And get that nice little puff, but not have to sit there and keep burning sticks if you don't want to, if it's already going out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know guys do that on the drum.
Yeah.
They sprinkle a little bit on the drum.
Yeah, it don't take much. You put a little quarter cup in a drum, let it smoke. As soon as you see that smoke start to dissipate out where it's just very thin, put your stuff on there. So
Ira, are you going to compete in the American Royal this year?
See, that's the thing. I told my family if we didn't make it back, because my family wanted to go back to the Jack. I said, if we don't make it to the Jack, we'll probably travel to the Royal. So as of right now, it's in our workings, of going this year, and we'll probably team up with. I think Matthias wanted to team up. Just we both want to go, but we both don't want to cook 17 proteins, and so we're gonna kind of join and take one setup and a lot of drums and just have fun, and experience it. So we'll probably make that trip. Of course, we'll find out August 7th. I do have 6, drops in the hat. So if we get called, then we're going to, switch gears and go back to the Jack. But if not, then we'll be probably making the trip out to the Royal. This year.
Man, I hope you make it. That's a fun event. Have you ever cooked it before?
He was there last year. Oh, you weren't there last year?
I was at the Jack, not the Royal. I went to the Jack.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
that's
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Yeah, Sam.
And the Jack is just so awesome. It's a winnable cook.
You can't beat going there. I've been 3 times. You can't beat going.
Yeah, and it's a fun place.
The Royal sounds like it's. I've never been, but there's so many people, so many great cooks. The Jack, there's a lot of great cooks, but to me, the Jack is a winnable. Yeah. Us Texas guys got a great chance to win that cook-off.
Yeah.
Especially now the CBA then put a lot of people on game and letting them sharpen their pork skills. It is definitely a winnable.
You got a 1 in 80 shot, right? I mean, you got 1 in 80 versus 1 in 500.
Exactly.
So, Ira, since you've already finally won the IBCA Cook of the Year, congratulations. Are you going to go CBA, KCBS, Lone Star, BCA, or continue doing IBCA?
No, I spread out now because, again, I'm state championships, so qualifiers. If it's Ronald McDonald organization, I'm going to attend it. It's just,
there you go.
It's, whether it's CBA, like I said, 2 of my states came from CBAs. Okay. And so it's just, I cook by myself most of the time. And it's a little bit rough to, run all, it's a timeline difference. And when I get going, I want to go to, how you say, stay on one, and then to jump to the other one, it's kind of difficult to jump, week to week to week to week, back and forth. And so if I do like 2 or 3, I think that's what I'm gonna do is do like 2 that are. Well, for me it is. I mean, it's I get into it and then I forget and then I still work. I got a regular 9-to-5 job, and so that extra protein, it's hard. It's a lot of people don't realize it. It's a little hard. It's so monotonous that you got to be on your game. I tell people, you go to an IBCA cook-off, you come out at 9, 10 o'clock at night, you still see people cackling, drinking, watching TV. Go to a CBA at 10 o'clock, you think it's a ghost town. There's nobody cackling. People are asleep,
50-minute turn-ins are not hour and a half turn-ins. Or actually,
they are asleep. They're getting rest. You come out at 3 o'clock to put gas in the generator, you see about 15 people already cooking. IBCA, they don't come out till 8:30, 9 o'clock to start cooking. I'm like, it's a different beast, so I enjoy them both, and it's just I got to get in the habit of running certain things. I think that's what got me this last cook-off is I went to Temple 2 weeks ago and won number 6. But I ran CBA food. So I call it CBA, KCBS. It's almost the same profile I run in KCBS. You cannot do that at CBA. And, I think not only have I proved it to myself, my food does not jam in the same organization. I think if you go back and look at our records where great cooks have came over to IBCA and tried and just got defeated, simply because I think they were running their CBA profile over here with IBCA and it's different. I don't know if it's just the minute differences in judging criteria or the hour and a half time, their food, or I think is what's getting them is that CBA, a lot of the cooks pre-cook and Cambro food, and IBCA is still right there, people turning in at the last minute. So Cambro.
I still do that for CBA. I still do a last minute. I mean, I'm cooking hot off the pit. It's bubbling for CBA and for IBCA. That's what Mike made a comment to be in the movie or the show. It's taking a little time to air, and he's come back around because I'm cooking Lone Star and Outlaw and CBA and IBCA. So all four are different. The flavors, I don't think are as much, but the four timelines are different. So it's hard to kind of put that together a little bit. Once you get it figured out, four timelines, I think it's just taking some time.
Yeah.
And see, like you said, you're still turning in hot food across the board. See, I think the guys like that I've went up against, I think, because a lot of them, they're 11:30, all three meats, they're like, Lee, all three meats are done. So
Cambro,
so you're turning in Cambro brisket at 3 o'clock to where I'm turning in fresh. It's rested my hour or so, but it's it's not resting for hours. But I also
know what 11:30 off the pit rib tastes like at 1:30 in the afternoon. It don't taste.
I can tell you, it tastes
exactly.
phenomenal. It tastes like
first place. It ain't as good as it was when it came off the pit,
first place, baby. 3 hours.
Yeah, you got lucky with 5 cooks, Lee. Lee, we know how you roll, man.
You're lucky. You're lucky I'm not cooking with you because I would beat you in ribs because I do a 3 hour and 45-minute rest. Baby. Come on.
I see a challenge coming on, Mike. That's all I see, man. I see gums a bumping and I hear words, but okay, we'll take it back to 19. Me and you, Lee, 19. We'll take it back. We'll take it back.
Ira. So this is a good question then. So on your chicken, ribs, and brisket turn-in, are you the front 10 minutes or the back 10 minutes for turn-in?
I'm back 10 minutes, back 1 minute.
Every day.
If you look, I'm probably the last 3 trays going in. One of the 3 last ones going in.
Let them all wait. Just make them all wait.
Kim Love said this weekend, she goes, Aaron, you have a minute and a half. I was getting nervous you weren't going to make turn-in.
Right.
I was still early. I'm early, a minute and a half early. I mean, what do you want me to
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Ira. So in IBCA, you do bring up a point. You got hour and a half turn-ins. A lot of those guys are getting stuff ready a lot earlier, right? And they, because they're just going to rest it in the So do you like to rest your stuff longer in like IBCA, or do you kind of do like CBA and kind of turn it in hot?
No, I turn it in hot. It's okay. That's what made the challenge. I fought it against the grain. The scoring system, and that's why I was doing well before the change because my food tasted better cold. And then I'm not saying tasted better. It tasted better than I'm gonna say Lee's cold. My rib cold tasted better than cold. Right. The flavors tasted, better than my competitors' cold food. And so that's what done well. Well, it took about almost a whole season to recalibrate and start turning in warm food that tasted as good. And so I still turn in hot food.
So Ira, so you're saying the new IBCA scoring system kind of caters to what your profile is for cooking?
Right. Correct. I changed to cater to it, because I had to. Okay. I wasn't getting up, and so I had to adjust my cooking style and flavors to accommodate hot food judging, especially single round hot food judging. My food would taste better in the 3rd round versus a lot of other people's food. Because that's what I targeted. That's what I made. That's how you won then. Now that won't do it. You got to come right out the chute banging hardcore good food, right, piping hot. I say piping hot, but fresh, I'm gonna call it.
Right.
Just hot food. Yeah. And so to this day, I still turn in. Yeah.
It took 6 or 7 months to figure out from CBA to IBCA with the new scoring system. It took about 6 or 7 months to convert what I was doing in CBA because IBCA, different towns, different areas, whatever it is and whatever they're doing, it's just the flavor profile, but it took some time to get back to a single round judge on an IBCA hour and a half, not a hour and a half, 2 or 3 round judging. So
right.
That is a hard thing. That's what I've been battling this last year.
Yeah.
So Ira, whenever Randall Kendrick figures out he better turn in hot food round 1, then what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, everybody done got a lot better now. I mean, the cooks out here are surprisingly good, way good. And then you still have the guys who are just starting. And I said till I die, the way our judging is now, you can start barbecuing tomorrow and come out and kick my ass and so on and so on. Just the way
it's all because
is.
of Barbecue Champs Academy, man.
Yeah, right, that too. All of the above. So with that being said, you gotta, come hard to the paint. You never know what you can expect, because you can have the beginner whip you, you can have the veteran guy whip you. So it's pretty much you gotta just stay on your game 100%, stay on the throttle, because people are popping up left and right. There's no more sandbagging. You can't pull up to a cook-off and say, "Oh, look who's here. He got it." No, then them days are over.
Yeah.
You'll sit in your chair and somebody will get up. Nobody has any clue who that person is.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah.
But you go talk to them, and they'll tell you they've been to like 3 different classes on Barbecue Champs and Philip Breed's class. So you're like, "Oh, well, you're coming in here with a loaded pistol, of course." You're competition now. You're not just as fresh duck. So and that's things are so moving so rapidly, and you guys are putting out classes that are like just taking people to the next level, quick. And I advise people, go do that. Don't waste your money, and because you'll get deterred from wanting to come back out. And I say, and I tell people, it's not false advertisement. Good food wins. If you're going to cook good food today, you may not win next week, and that's because your food wasn't good. It wasn't because somebody else was there. You just, you got to practice cooking good food. And, you can cook it good because you followed your steps. But everybody knows they can look at Aaron's Champs and run it verbatim and whip ass. Next weekend, they're going to get brave and want to run what their grandpa taught them. So they're going to try to mix it, and then they're going to hit rock bottom. And, and that's what I tell them.
On top. Oh, Grandpa might have been a smart creature. He might have been like, he got that one little kick nobody knew about.
Yeah, but the chances are very slim.
Very slim.
I tell them, get your money back from your classes before you start venturing and mixing and, doing this and that.
Grandpa's tobacco juice over there in the brisket injection.
But that's what most of the people's problem is. They take a class or take notes, and then they don't want to listen 100. Like Robert says, run the damn class. If you run his class, you're going to get up out your chair, but people can't. It's just in people's nature to do what they either know, have done, or seen somebody else that beat Robert do. And they done told him, I beat Robert in ribs because I did this. Well, they're going to try to use a little bit of what Robert did and use what that person told them. And they usually fail. They might get lucky, but it's rough, But I tell people good food wins, whether who taught you, if you got own. Good food wins everywhere you go. Good food is going to walk.
Yeah, you bring up. Are you Snake River Farms Golds? Yes. Are you
Snake Gold all the way?
Snake Gold all the way. Snake Gold all the way.
Snake Gold. Snake Gold's all the way on. Yeah, Snake Gold all the way on brisket. Except for burn ends, I run a black burn end. I peel the fat cap off of black. The golds are just way too rich, and that's KCBS guys told me that a long time ago. Travis Clark, actually, and I realized it. I ran it, and it actually is, so I get good results from the blacks. Right, more exactly, more beefy.
Chickens, and then like Pilgrims, a Tyson, the Springer Mountain.
Ribs, I go. Chickens.
Yeah,
it's actually Sanders from Walmart.
Sanderson Farm. Yeah, that's what I run.
Yeah,
Sanderson
if you
Farm.
can find them small enough.
The 2-pack.
I get two 2-packs, and I take the small ones out of both of them.
You're doing it wrong, Ira. You go get the 2-pack, you open it up with that little ribbon on the top, you weigh it in the produce section, you go back, you put 2 chickens in the same bag that weigh good, and you put the 2 big ones in the other, and you go to the deal and you scan them. I'm just saying.
That's a lot of work.
How big of a chicken do you like to cook, Ira?
I like 5s.
Yeah, that's what I cook. I'm a 5-pound chicken.
Yeah, I like 5s. They're not too small. They're not super huge. I was running up to like a 5.5, 5.6, but my chicken started dropping, and I realized my flavor wasn't as robust. It wasn't as deep, and so it was either
those
mess
5-pounders are juicier.
Yeah,
right. It was either mess with my injection recipe or go to a smaller bird. And so I just tried a smaller bird one day, and my recipe was back, first place chicken, and so I just started finding a smaller chicken.
So you brine and inject your chicken, or just inject?
Yes. No, I brine and inject.
Brine and inject. Okay.
Brine and inject.
And how about
inject and brine?
Smithfield? Are you Prairie Fresh? Are you?
See, he just said the key word. He injects first, he brines second.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an old school trick. Old school.
Ribs. I usually do. I try to get HEB Naturals. For a minute there, I jumped over to the Prairie.
Prairie
not the
Fresh?
Prairie Fresh. No, the
Swift.
the Walmart brand. The
Prairie Fresh.
They
it Prairie Fresh?
They sell Prairie Fresh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I jumped to them and I did good for a minute, and then they fell off, and I went back to the Naturals. And then here lately, I found though I got good results. I've only cooked them twice, but both top 3 ribs was the Prime. Some rib called Prime. They're black label with white.
That's Prairie Fresh Prime. That's Prairie Fresh
okay.
Prime.
I got them from the chopping
So
block.
your HEB Naturals are a Swift. HEB Naturals is a Swift rib. It's the high quality, like a Prime, like a Prairie Fresh Prime. Your HEB Naturals are a Swift. Now you see the ones at HEB with you turn them over, they look great. The marble looks like great, badass. You turn them over, there's no marking. That's the Swift brand, but it's the low end. It's the ones you just so don't cook those because you might get results, but they're not as good as you would have if you'd cooked the HEB Natural.
Right. See, I used to be IBP. I could get the IBP rib 4.5 or bigger, and I got them at Restaurant Depot. That would never fail. I was the first, second, and third rib every time. I mean, they look like beef ribs, but Seaboard stopped carrying them, and they went to a small rib, and they just got junky. And I started getting them at the HEB, IBP, and they're not the same.
That's what I cooked. I cooked IBP from HEB. But if you get lucky, flip over the Naturals, you'll see IBP stamp on the back.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, Paul got those a couple weeks ago. They were IBPs. They were Naturals.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I might start ordering ribs from John. I don't know who else carries them because I got them from Chopping Block, and he did me right. He gave me I think they call them hammers. It was 2 nice racks, and I'm usually a first 3-4 rib guy. The first, after I trim, I turn into first 3 or 4. I took them from way down in the middle of the rack. It was CBA. I turned in 5, almost from the middle of the rack. They were all even, nice, thick, and I got a nice scoring.
Hey, Mike, we got a sponsor, right? Raider Red Meat.
Raider Red Meats. Yeah, if you need,
they
carry Prairie Fresh Prime. So Raider Red Meat. She's one of our sponsors. You can see there. Ira, if you call and ask for Kirsten, she's the manager, and if you tell her,
ship to the house.
She ships to your house. Yep. They got really good pricing.
We'll call her tomorrow.
Hold on. And Kirsten knows, I've kind of told her what you guys are looking for. But if you tell her, hey, this is what I'm looking for relatively straight bones. They don't have to be perfect, but I want really good, well marbled ribs. And they source that stuff out. So if you tell her, look, I need 12 racks of ribs, right? You don't have to ship them all to me at one time. Just over the next couple weeks as you get ribs in, if you will, set them all for me. Find me some that are relatively thick, 3/8, 4-pound ribs.
Right. That's what I like.
And that's got good marbling. If you can find those and set 12 of them off, when you get 12, put them in a box, ship them to me. Here's my card number, and she'll do that for you.
Okay.
So she can.
I call her in the morning.
Yeah. So the Prairie Fresh.
I got so many ribs in my freezer that's just, from here. I got a couple of Durocs that look like baby backs, but they're spares. I don't know when to cook them, because I don't cook at home like that. But I'm not going to take them to a comp, I don't know where I picked them up. I think I ordered them off a Snake one day, and then I got a couple of Naturals that are thick here, but not on this end.
Right.
But that's all HEB had then. And then I got cold feet and ran and found better ones. So I got, miscellaneous ribs. If I can find a Rib Connect that can send me 12 that I can pick out of that are great, that's awesome, and I have them on stock,
Yeah.
That's what I like about it, because Middle Meat Company started carrying Prairie Fresh Prime as well in the store, and then we cook those here at the restaurant because we cook the same rib because we can sell them down there and also, have them here to cook. So I can go through all day long and find the ones that I want. And so I look for the primes as well. So, it's kind of nice to have that.
Right.
Isn't that special, Mike? Isn't that special? Yeah. I don't have that luxury.
Yeah, well,
If I want a nice Wagyu brisket from Middle Meat Company in an Angus point, I just go get me an Angus point. I don't have to cut it. It's already cut.
It's already cut.
Nice.
I'm special.
Have you ever done
You're
compart
special.
ribs?
Yes, he has.
Have you ever done
Yes.
compart? You have? Okay.
That's why I said I got 2 of them in the freezer. That they're just small.
Yeah, they're very
the flavor
small.
the flavor is great. They're so good, but they don't box right.
Just too thin.
They're too thin. Yeah.
But see, now I was told by KCBS guys that's what they like for KCBS are the compart rock, the little thin ribs.
And how are their results?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's running primes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Prime. Like I said, I've had 2 good experiences with Prime.
Well, if you call Kirsten.
All right, so it's been a few years since I've done the KCBS and that World Pearl circuit, but I ran Prairie Fresh ribs, and they were all like 3.5, 4.0 on the St. Louis style, and I finished 4th overall in KCBS running that 3.5, 4.0 wood.
Right.
Prairie Fresh. Now I know teams that beat me ran Durocs, but man, those Durocs to me in my profile are a little too thin.
Yeah,
and I don't know Durocs. So
they're
very
thin.
I can still compete, but I mean, I do well with them. But the Durocs seem to win more in KCBS than Prairie Fresh. I was able to hold them with Prairie Fresh 4.0s, So,
now, I've cooked the Duroc pork butt, and that was a lot more, I think, flavorful, than my average, again, natural pork butt. But that I've only done that twice, and I did know what Money Muscle was, but I cooked the whole butt, and it was I compared it to like duck. It was real greasy, it was just a real greasy pork, and the flavor was decent. But again, I was just starting at it. I didn't know what I was looking for, and I'd shot up with apple juice and all that good stuff. But I could taste the difference between that and my local HEB pork butt. Yeah. But they wanted almost like. They were expensive. I think I paid like $60 for that damn butt. So I was like, we're going to pass on that.
I'll pass on that. So what rib did you cook it? So Jen wants to know, what rib did you cook at Danny Dietz?
That's probably going to be a natural.
Natural.
It was a natural.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now if you call Kirsten, she may not be there. She may be on vacation this week. So if you call, just find out when she's going to be back. And then just
that's Red Raider Meats. Where
they? They're in Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas.
Okay, that's
Lubbock, Texas. Raider Red Meats. They are actually part of the Texas Tech University. So their ag department does all the raising. They do all the big stuff. The ag. So it's a big scholarship for all those people to come in and do that. So so it's really nice because when you buy from them, it is actually supporting the kids and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's a big part of their whole deal. So. The CHB will cut the money muscle off and charge you just what the weight of the money muscle is.
They will, but here's the thing. Not all HEBs want to do that because we just got 3 muscles cut off 2 weeks ago. And that guy said, I just want to tell you this will be the first time we do this and the last time we cut these money muscles off. Yep. So not all HEBs are willing to do it, but your bigger HEBs are.
They will.
Yeah, my HEB does it. I don't ask them to, but they do it. And then, like my buddy Carlos, he gets them to trim the brisket for him too. I'm still shocked, Like he'll get a Wagyu, take it to him, and then trim it and give him his little 7-pound Wagyu, and he pays like $60 for it. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
I know Carlos's. Which Carlos is having that done?
Cascada.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He didn't trim his own brisket. He teaches a class. I'm on Carlos right now.
No. Well, he does night trims it makes it pretty, but he has them trim it down so he's not buying all that excess. It's crazy. I didn't believe him at first, but he does it. They do it at HEB. That's what I tell him. I give him hell about it, but he just grins. He grins all the time. I'm like, dude, really?
Just graduated high school, got his driver's license. He's back there cutting a Wagyu brisket up. He just like cut it here, cut it here, cut it here, cut it here. That's it, 4 cuts.
But see, I try to remember what HEB goes to, and then I go buy the HEB grind because I know they're grinding it into grind. That's exactly what they're doing, and they're not selling it for $9 a pound. They're selling it for, I think it's like $5.63. So that's the upside to it. But and they'll do it. A Wagyu, the snake, the snakes they get aren't supposedly they're not the comp style snakes. They're just the leftover. But I've done decent with them, especially last minute crunch.
They're still a heavy prime, man. Roll with it,
Right. And so
We got.
But yeah, we go in there and look, and it's hilarious. So when he shows me,
Mike.
We got somebody from Japan, man. Now, this is pretty cool.
You got a spammer from Japan.
We've got a spammer. Is that what it is? Got a
tsunami on it.
It's got a tsunami now, 3 meters.
Oh,
so I don't know what that is, but
a tsunami.
That might be a bad thing right there. So thank you. Thank you.
That's tsunami, man.
It's bad.
Maybe he's just letting people know.
Yeah, he's just letting us know, and it's 3 meters high. So.
Damn, Russians and Japanese. I don't know.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool.
Ira, so when you trim your brisket, not like Carlos's brisket, how much do you think that trim brisket weighs?
When I trim it, I trim kind of aggressively. I took it down. It's maybe 6 pounds, if that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on about average.
Oh.
Yeah. I take it down.
I'm an easy 9 or 10 pounder, man.
Mine's about 8. Yeah, mine's 8 or 9 pounds.
Yeah, I run my line straight. I will trim my brisket till it comes out the size of a cell phone until I get my line straight, and then from there, the grain, right, right, up and down. So if I got to keep trimming till I get them, I keep trimming and hammering on it, and then also like it to at least be no less than 1.5 inches thick. So if it's 2-3 inches, I bring it all the way down to about 1.5 inches. And so I'd still like some fat on that.
It may be like 3 inches wide, 4 inches wide.
What's
2 inches wide per slice.
No, the slices they be the size of the box. And I don't like blocking my brisket. That's the thing.
Doing a 6-pound brisket the size of the box, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, I was not born last night, man.
I trim aggressively. I trim aggressively. Not only that,
it can be 4 inches wide, 5 inches
thick
wide.
Yeah, the key is they're only taking I call it a domino. They're taking a bite size the size of a domino, and so I try to you can manipulate them. If you go in to get a brisket and you're the third guy in the box, you're not going to haggle on that one giant slice. You're going to go to the next slice. You're getting a whole fresh new slice, and vice versa, on and on. So that's my logic of thinking, why give them a big, long, curved slice and they're all going to hit that same slice 9 times out of 10 if it's right there. I want them to go in the box. One, the food is warmer as you flip that meat forward, and each slice I doctor up the same. But as you flip the slices forward, to me, you're getting a little bit warmer slice, and you're only plugging out the size of a domino. So if 2 people hit off that slice, it ain't much slice left. So then they're going to go to the next slice.
So these cook-offs are all about defense, right? So the first brisket, second brisket, the third brisket, and fourth, just douse that sucker in cayenne pepper, baby. And you can fry those judges' mouths. That way, whenever it comes around to the next box, 2, 3, 4 box, those judges' mouths are all burned up on cayenne pepper, right?
I believe in karma. Yeah, I believe in karma, and they'll come back and get me. I think.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
100%.
Burn them up, baby. Burn them up.
So you're basically, you like to cook a little smaller brisket. Now look, you can cook a 6-pound brisket. You can have a 7-inch wide brisket, and mine are 15 inches long. I mean, you can cook one that's 7.5 inches wide that is 8 inches long, and you're gonna have a 6-pound brisket. Aaron's saying now, you can get how long it. All you need is 7 slices, right? So
no, you need 8 for IBCA. And you get down this like big, it gets tough to get 8 slices.
Yeah, but if you done cut all the crap off the leaner end of the point or the flat,
right?
And you've got good stuff there. I can scrimp the first 3 slices. I don't need them anyway. And you got the heart of your brisket that you're cutting anyway. You normally trim it about 7 inches wide. Is that where you like to have it at?
Yes, sir. When I turn in about 8 inches long.
About 8.
When I turn in my 8 slices, I have the butt of the brisket that's probably about 1 inch thick, and like 2 slices left over, and that's it.
Yeah.
The rest of the brisket goes in the box.
Yeah.
And that's the way I
there's no room for error, is what you're saying. I mean, I'm just giving you a hard time, but Mike pointed out, I was giving you a hard time. I'm sorry.
To me, I like choices, but not too many choices. Then you go to second guessing. And I see that all the time in guys' boxes. It's like, one, I want to go in order. Now that we're getting judged on appearance, if it's uniformed, it looks better than, one brisket tall, one little, the corner bent. That's because they're picking this slice from this slice and that slice over here. I don't have that choice. Right. So without that choice, I know my appearance is already, going to be on point. And then it's just to cook, the slices. Yeah, cook it even, exactly. And it cooks even. And then if I do fumble or wake up late or rain hits and cools the pit down, it's a small brisket. It's faster to recoup. And it's almost cooking, done. 100%. I put my brisket on at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm already done. It's going in the pan probably around 9:45. 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I'm at 165. I don't cook the color. I cook the numbers on all my stuff,
So 4 weeks ago, you would bring your big rig, your 40-foot trailer, golf cart, 5 jambos, 6 barbecue grills, your entire family. So and the sink and everything else. So from then, 5 years ago, riding your golf cart around and the entire 50-foot rig, where are you now? What do you cook on? Do you have to unload, load, reload? In-laws have to. What do you do now?
No, we have a 25-foot little toy hauler. We got out of the camper because my family stopped going, so we got a little 25-foot toy hauler, and I back the Jambo out. It's lower to the ground, and I just pull it out like 2 feet and pull it around the front like 3 feet. Simple, and then I pull the drum out, and that's it. I don't even put the awning out. The trailer I got a little entertainment system, so it's got a door on the side where the TV is at. I use that as my awning. I open that and I cook under that. I sit under it. I don't put no easy up, no awning. I make it simple. The bed comes down from the roof.
Ira cooked driftwood like 3 years ago. This guy pulled in with the longest Ford F-450 you can ever imagine. The longest, I promise you, the longest fifth wheel in the world. He owned like 2 golf carts came out, 15 rollable jambos, 4 gateways, and everything. And,
I had a large pit, and I didn't want to move it by hand, so I had a golf cart where I could hook to it and pull it out.
Hold on. Turn in was like 40 feet, and he drove the turn in every single time.
I'm lazy. What can I say?
That's hilarious.
He is bougie. He is bougie, man.
Yeah.
Bougie.
Well, we've downsized since then a little bit. We've downsized,
All right, real quick question.
Climbing up in the neck.
Do you use a brisket caddy or not?
Yes.
You do use a brisket caddy. Okay.
I've used 3 different kinds, and at the one, the collapse, I call it a collapse, when the sides come off. And that's simply so. The other ones, again, when I was trimming, I'd get to the comp, and after you inject, it opens up and balloons and pushes out the sides. Well, with the collapsible one, you can actually form it to fit a little better.
Is that Andy Minderman's? Is that Minderman's?
I'm not sure. My great friend, Mr. Jamie Roby, let me borrow it, and I haven't given it back.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah. But
that's a good friend right there. You borrow it and never give it back.
That's good.
Jamie, I think Randall runs one. Rita runs one. Darren runs one. It's a few people run them. The sides come off, and then they're real easier to clean because the holes are bigger. The smaller one, I was taking forever to clean it, and then I'd get back the next weekend, and it even have mold on it. So I'd have to baptize it and re-scrub it and sit there with a toothpick, and I got it as a backup. But this one, I get good results out of it.
Results. Okay.
So, hey, Ira, on your chicken, onions or no onions?
Onions. I run onions. I like onions.
I thought you were going to say pineapples. I thought you loved pineapples, Lee.
Nah, I run onions.
I just thought you would have put pineapples underneath.
This is that fool right here, man.
That's him. Okay, you run onions in your fire, or you run them under the chicken?
Both. I take a whole onion and I chop it up and give me 8 slices, and then the 2 butts I just chop them up into squares and dump them on the coals, and then lay four.
Or you can throw them in your firebox.
That's
in your Jambo. It's okay.
No, I don't throw them in the Jambo. I only have chicken.
Yeah, just
I gave you a pro tip. Maybe
Ira, one more question on your brisket broth or injection: beef broth or vegetable broth?
Beef.
Yeah.
Okay.
270 Smokers brisket caddy. All right, so it's a 270 Smoker brisket caddy is what he said. So
HEB beef broth or Swanson's?
Swanson.
Yeah,
I like
baby.
the salt content.
He wants that salt, baby.
The salt.
Yeah.
Hey, Progresso does really good. I like Progresso, but
there you go.
Well,
man, I tell you what, Ira, it is always great having you on here. You got through it a lot of tips. I know somebody was asking about wood just a minute ago. He starts off with pecan, he goes to oak, little hickory, and then back to oak when he's got everything wrapped. So, Joshua, that's how he does. You can hear it back in the show. Well, Ira, man, you had an absolutely awesome year last year.
Great job, buddy.
Another great year this year. Huge congratulations to you, man. And we really appreciate you being on. Huge congratulations, man! And
thank you,
man,
sir.
We're gonna definitely keep up with you this year, and hope we can have you back on our show again, man. So
when do I pick up? When I get my when I buy my Jambo back?
No,
you're not getting that back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I bought a whole trailer to support that Jambo. That's why I'm not in my camper anymore. It was either buy a new camper.
Passes. Ira rolls up in a flatbed trailer. I shit you not. I unstrapped it. We rolled it out of my horse trailer right onto his. Buckled down. He left, and I went to awards. That was it. I mean, it was like that quick.
That's
and
it.
haven't looked back. It was the greatest day of my life. Besides my children being born, it was the best day of my life.
There you go. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
All right. Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed our show. We really appreciate everybody being with us tonight and all the comments. And Ira, sit tight. We'll talk to you for just a second. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. And we'll be back with y'all, Lord willing, next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Got another great show lined up for you. And as we always say, y'all go out there, have a lot of fun, and smoke on.
Just take the